Good morning. It's Thursday the 8th of August and it's 7:15. I set off at 7 o'clock from Leven and I'm heading for Anstruther, and it's really nice to be back on the beach and the coastal path after having 3 or 4 days off actually to recover from my groin strain, which I've got no idea where it came from. I've got one or two little theories. One is that I was carrying quite a lot more sort of waterproof stuff with me on that particular day. I think that was last Friday or Saturday, I can't remember now. And the other thing is, and I say this with all respect to my friend Ray, we were walking quite a lot slower together when we were walking, and obviously 2 days after Ray had gone I was walking much faster, back to my normal kind of speed, and I think I was so hell-bent on getting to Leven that I just overdid it a bit, simple as that, and paid the price. The pain went away fairly quickly actually, and it gave me plenty of chance to do lots of computer work, including sketching out the next, well, entire journey all the way to John O'Groats. And for the benefit of the people on YouTube, you obviously won't have seen what I put on Facebook, but I've made a plan, and it's a 45-day plan. So that takes me up to the 20th of September. And what I'm going to do, see if it works, I can always change it. I'm going to walk for 2 days and have 1 day off. Walk for 2 days, have 1 day off. So in other words, there's going to be 30 walking days from here to John O'Groats. But I'm going to do every third day as a day off, so that makes it 45 days. And that means I'll arrive, assuming everything goes to plan, and I'm sure there's going to be changes because of the weather, or you never know, I might sprain my groin again. But you've got to have a plan, worked it out, and it's 398 miles. Now that's the equivalent of walking from London to Edinburgh, and that's also taking an average of 13.1 miles per day. So that's slightly slower than my normal average. There's going to be some days that are going to be bigger. As an example, today I'm walking to Anstruther. That's going to be about 15-16 miles. I've got another hard day tomorrow, and that'll take me up into St Andrews, and then another hard day into Dundee, which is where I spent the last 3 days because I could get a decent internet signal in Dundee, although not all of the time. Now I know there's 1 or 2 people who always do, and I'm always grateful for all the different advice that I get, telling me, oh well, do you want to do this and you want to do that. Well, there's nothing wrong with my router. It's working perfectly okay. I've proved it over and over again. It's just that the signal comes and goes here. I was talking with I went to McDonald's this morning and had a cup of tea and stuff. Wanted to use the loo and all that. Talking to the lad behind the counter, there was nobody around. He says, what's the internet like here, mate? He said, it's crap. He said, it's the worst. It's the worst internet in Scotland on this particular part of the coast, which to me sounded perfectly correct. I've not experienced this, and I've got an EE router and I've been using it now right from the beginning of this walk. It's never let me down, still working perfectly, but it can't produce a signal if there isn't a signal. So that's the end of it, and I'm just hoping that instead of being the further north the worse it gets, I'm quite sure that it will improve, and I've just got to put up with it. And I've spoken to several people and said Leven area is the worst internet, so that's quite warming. So I'm going to get on now, enough of the waffling on. It's a lovely morning. Got no idea what the weather forecast is because I haven't been able to get the internet this morning. I've just got a signal on my phone, which is just down to 1 bar, which tells you a lot, doesn't it? And so I'm just heading up the coast to Anstruther. So, you know what I'm going to say now? See you, Jimmy! I'm still in Lower Largo, and what a wonderful village it is, and it's just after 8 now, and I've met these wonderful group of people who are sort of walking down behind me, and I'm busy getting some photographs. So can I say hello to you all? Your name is?
Yes, Barbara.
Barbara, and where are you from, Barbara?
From Washington State, Seattle area.
Right.
I am Craig from Sheffield originally.
From Sheffield. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm from Hull, so two
Yeah, not
Yorkshire
far away.
together. Yeah, that's fine. And you?
I'm Wayne Dixon from Olympia, Washington.
Yes.
And I'm his wife, Kate, from Olympia.
Right, and so you're obviously having a very nice Scottish holiday then. I mean, have you been to this neck of the woods before?
No,
Never.
never actually traveled overseas before myself. So
Really?
it's the first.
So you'll see a big difference apart from the fact that we drive on the wrong side of the road. I would imagine
yes.
that's the most noticed. You see that all the time.
That's raced my heart a few times.
Really? Yeah. Well, I've got a left-hand camper van, so I'm in the similar situation. I'm driving a left-handed on the right side of the road.
I just drink a lot of Jameson, then I feel like I'm driving on the right side.
It adds to the fun of it all, doesn't it? And you two, I mean, do you all know each other then? You've all met?
Yes,
obviously.
they're sisters.
Ah, right.
Yeah, this is my sister.
Oh, now you mention it, I
Yeah.
can see that quite clearly. Yes, yes.
So before we came to Scotland, we had a week in Ireland,
Yes.
and then we're having about another 4 or 5 days. We've been 8 days in Scotland, then we're going to England for a couple of days in London.
Yes. Excellent.
And then they
That's
have
the
to go
trip.
home.
Yeah.
Have you been up to St Andrews yet?
That's where we're going.
We're headed
after
today.
we finish
You're going
talking to you and
today?
looking round.
And Anstruther, which is the next village, the next of size. I was there yesterday because I went to Dundee for 2 or 3 days because I had a bit of a groin strain and I couldn't get the internet around here. It's not very good. So I went and had a rest in Dundee and I drove back down again yesterday. They are quite stunning places. I mean, especially
that's what we've heard.
especially St Andrews is I mean it's more like it's like a university city, but it really is like stepping back centuries. You know, it's an incredible place.
Yeah.
But
I love
Anstruther is so colourful, and it's a really nice little fishing village, and apparently you can get the best fish and chips around here.
There you
so
go.
I'm told.
Okay.
Well, look, it's been a pleasure meeting you people.
You too.
You too.
You know, it's very nice to see such lovely people out here, and I mean, this weather will settle down. I think. I mean, the weather forecast seems to get it all wrong. It says it's going to rain every day, but it doesn't do that.
That's okay.
Well, exactly. Lovely to meet you, and
nice to meet
have a nice holiday. Enjoy
Good
yourself.
health
Yeah,
on
enjoy
your
your walk.
walking
Good
trip.
luck.
Thank you very much indeed. Nice to meet you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. I've bumped into Mary. We're just not that far from Largo, I think, from
Yep,
a mile
Lower
or so.
Largo.
Lower Largo, yes. And why do you stay there, Mary? Is it a particular reason?
Yes, I stay in my sister-in-law's holiday flat
Yes,
every year or so.
yes. I was fascinated by these like porcelain painted gates and things like that, and the little statue. Do you know anything about
I'm
it?
afraid I don't. We've often wondered about those, but
Yes.
I don't know anything about them. So
There seems to be several of them around and about the place, you know, and it sort of brightens the place up, doesn't it?
It does
And it's
indeed.
a stunning little village, and not many pubs though, I noticed. There's only one or two pubs.
only one or two, but probably enough for the population.
Yes, yes. And have you walked more or less this coast? Have you?
Not very much. Up to Ely normally, and back is our limit.
Ah,
So
right, okay. And is that far away now?
sometimes take the bus back from Ely. It's about a six miles.
6 miles? Oh, that's fine. Well, I reckon I've set off from Leven. I reckon it's going to be about 15 miles to Anstruther, thereabouts.
Well, best of luck with your walk.
Thank you very
And
much.
very nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you too. And you say you're from Buckinghamshire?
Buckinghamshire, yes.
Well, you couldn't get much more inland than that, could you?
No,
Really?
I think it is as inland as you can be.
Yeah. Well, enjoy the rest of your holiday.
Thank you very much.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye now. It's 10:30 now, and I think I'm around about the halfway point. I've just had a look at my journey planner on OS Maps and done a route from here to Anstruther, and it's about 13k and it's about 2.5 hours, which is fair enough. I set off at 7 o'clock, it's 10:30 now, so I'm probably over halfway actually, but this is great, nice walk. There always seems to be this threat of, you know, there's some big clouds occasionally come and go very quickly. I think I'm going to get away with that today, but the weather forecast for tomorrow is not good, and one or two people have confirmed that, but that's to be expected at this time of year. But it's great, loving it, and I've just had a walk more or less exclusively along this beach, and it's been absolutely fabulous, and I've more or less done like 180 degrees as well. I've come round in a big half circle, and now we're moving into some wooded area, and then it's going to be very much a straight run along the coast. The next place is Ely, which I'm told is a very nice place. I notice actually that up on the hill behind me there are 2 masts, which might be the answer to my problems, because I'll be coming back this way. I'll be driving past Ely on my way up to Anstruther, so I might have a look at that and see if I can get as near to the top of the hill as I possibly can, and that might give me a signal for tonight. I'm not going to bang on about this signal thing too much, but it is important, It's another little job that I didn't particularly want, where you've got to go running around trying to find places to broadcast, but that's the nature of the beast. So, I'll see you later. So, it's 11 o'clock now. Just enjoying a really nice break in a lovely big mug of tea. Look at that, look at the size of the pot and everything, it's fabulous. It's turned warm now as well, there's a bit of a sun trap this, but things are going well. My groin, I haven't felt a thing, I'm walking well. I think I'm back to normal already. Never down for long. So I'll be off like a robber's dog again. And yeah, I do know that robbers' dogs need a rest from time to time as well. That was quite a funny thing you said there, Rosemary. Very nice. Well, I'm here on the Ely caravan park, as you can see. I've just been for a lovely cup of tea, and I saw these other walkers walking up to me who look like professionals, and they certainly are, and they're also doing the same as me in the same direction, would you believe? And your name, sir, is?
Peter.
Peter?
Gobby.
Gobby? Oh, that's an unusual name. Where are you from?
We're from Lucerne, Switzerland.
Wow, didn't you come to walk here? I mean, you've got some beautiful walking there, haven't you?
Yes, but here it's flat to walk, and in Switzerland we are
up and down,
crowded with mountains.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Up and down,
yeah.
Very more physical conditions.
Right. So what are you actually doing then? Are you just walking Scotland, the Scotland coastal path, this east?
Yeah, we make 5 days of walking at Fife coast path. Yes.
Right. So you're going up like towards Dundee and Aberdeen in that direction.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Well, that's the same as me. And it's a beautiful coast, isn't it?
The like
Fife.
it. Yes.
Some very interesting places. That place, I can't remember whether the last sort of major place we came through. Absolutely beautiful place. Can't remember the name now. My problem is memory of the names is a very difficult thing.
Largo.
That's it. Yes.
Yes, where the Robinson Crusoe statue is.
Yes, that's right, yes. I thought Robinson Crusoe was just a pure fictional subject made by Daniel Defoe. I didn't get a chance to read it properly, but I was quite surprised. But there was some very interesting little porcelain things.
The basic of the story, I think, is true.
Oh, right.
And what they made about is the legend. Yeah.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, you've got a card there. I mean, I don't know where are you heading to now?
Now we're going to St. Mons.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
For the next stop. Yes. And tomorrow we continue.
Right.
Yes.
Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you both.
Yeah. Same for us. Thank you.
And keep in touch. And this will be on YouTube probably tomorrow or the day after.
Okay.
Depends on the signals a little bit
very
strange.
Good. Yes. And for you, good hike again. Huh?
Thank you very much.
So we'll continue.
Same to you. Have a good time. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye bye. Bye bye now. Bye bye. Bye bye. Well, I'm just outside the campsite where I had that really nice cup of tea, and I've bumped into this really nice family. I think you said you're from Durham, somewhere around there. Is that right?
Yeah, just south of Durham.
That's where the Pink Panther's from. Did you know that?
No.
Durham. Durham. And your name is?
Sam.
Sam.
Jim.
Jim.
Isabel.
Isabel.
Katie.
And Katie. And it's been a pleasure meeting you. We've been chewing the fat for a few minutes. And are you staying on this site around the corner?
No, we're stopping at Cooper.
Ah, right. So that's a bit further up
A
the
bit
coast.
further, and then we're going to do the coastal villages today.
Right. I'm going to Anstruther, is it?
Anstruther.
Oh,
Anstruther.
yes.
That's my
Yes.
destination for today.
Excellent.
Then I get a bus back to Leven and pick my van up.
Right.
And then I'll be in Anstruther tonight.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah.
We might see you later because
Might
we're on
do.
to Anstruther later on this
We're
evening.
going
So
for fish and chips.
Oh well, yeah. Keep your eye up. There's a campsite. There's a car park along the front there, which is £1.40 for more than 4 hours, but you can park there all night. It's a purple VW. You'll see it. It stands out. You've never seen anything like
We'll
it.
keep our eyes open for it.
Okay. Very nice to meet you.
And you.
Have a nice holiday.
Yes. And
Okay.
enjoy the rest of your trip.
And we might bump into each other later.
You never know.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye now.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, I'm not that far from Ely, and I've bumped into these lovely people. And your name, sir?
I'm Jeff.
Jeff
And I'm Andrea.
Andrea.
Yeah.
And what are you doing up here then? Are you walking?
We're doing some walking. We mainly came up to go to Pittenweem to see our fellow ceramicist,
right.
Lara Scobie. She's exhibiting at Pittenweem. She's the invited artist. So,
right.
but we're staying in Ely and we're just enjoying the lovely weather and going
Yeah.
for a nice walk to Shale Bay.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
Gorgeous,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and obviously, are you sort of avid walkers generally then? I mean,
Not particularly. We're sort of social walkers.
Right.
Yeah, we do.
You're a keen runner.
I'm a runner.
You're a runner.
We'll let these other walk us through.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry. Yes. So well, that's very interesting. Well, it's been very nice just
Yeah.
chewing the
And
fat for
you,
a few
and,
minutes, and
Yeah.
you know, the best of luck.
Yeah,
And
good,
enjoy
good
the
luck
rest
to
of
you
your
with the
walk.
rest of your walk. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Thank you very much indeed. I mean, this Fife coast is really stunning. I mean, it's a long while since I've been on something as nice as this.
Yeah.
You know, day after day. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's a bit industrial. You know, the other side of Leven and stuff. But generally speaking, it's a very nice
No,
one.
and you've got
It
some
is.
lovely area. The St Andrews is absolutely
Yes, absolutely.
stunning.
It is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Great, great.
Thank
nice
you.
to meet
Yeah.
you.
Bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's 2 o'clock now, and it's great. It's wonderful. The weather's perfect. It's not too hot. It's just a very slight breeze, and I'm doing okay. The worry is for tomorrow. 1 or 2 people have told me that the forecast is quite appalling. All day, torrential rain, and on Saturday as well. I was talking to a walk guide, very nice guy, didn't want to be videoed, who does guides all over Scotland. Really nice bloke, and he's with his partner or his wife, I'm not sure which. And he was saying that all the walking events for the weekend, Friday and Saturday, are being cancelled because it's going to be torrential. Which is, I'm glad to hear that actually. I did have a look at that. So I'm in decision now as to where to stay tonight. I don't know whether to make a safe bet and stay in Leven, where I've found a perfect parking place with internet, or whether to go to Dundee again, because there isn't much of a signal around here, and if I'm going to sit for 2 days with bad weather, I don't want to be sitting there without internet. So I'll reach that decision later. I'm about an hour, I think, from finishing now, and I've taken my time. My leg is fine, and I've spoken to quite a number of people, as you've seen. I've drank lots of tea, and I'm feeling great. Well, I've bumped into these two sort of local gentlemen. I assume the local.
No, he's local.
I'm local, but
I'm further south than you.
All right. And your name, sorry?
John.
John and?
Garth.
Garth. So where are you from then?
I'm from Loughborough.
Loughborough. Wow, that's a long way away, isn't it?
It
really?
is, yeah, just indeed.
So you're just on a little bit of a jaunt this afternoon then, and is this a regular thing for you to do on this coastal path?
Well,
we've
but I've
done-
been out
aye.
of commission because of leg problems, so I'm just
Yes.
trying to see what I can do now.
You just get back into it again.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
well, that's
yeah.
the way to do it.
Yeah.
But it really is a stunning coast. I'm very impressed with the markings and everything, and the directions and God knows what. It's as good as anywhere I've been. I mean, it was good on the Pembrokeshire coast and it was good on the southwest coastal path. But,
I've done
but
most of the-
this is probably better actually. You know.
Yeah, I've done most of the Pembroke
Yes.
coast path. Yeah,
Well, that's another stunning walk.
it's a lovely
isn't it?
one. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, I think it's in a slightly tougher league than this, but in terms
Yes,
of
yeah.
in terms of the actual, when I say the difficulty of the walk, I would say it's roughly the same. You know, I mean, I know they've got much bigger, higher cliffs on Pembroke,
yes,
but once
yes.
you're on the top, you're on the top, aren't you?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But this has got quite a lot more feature to it, I
Yes,
think.
yeah.
And it's been a pleasure meeting you, lads.
Well, and yourself,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you very much.
Good luck with the rest of your
Right, thank you very much.
adventure.
And you're off up to Aberdeen to do some walking tomorrow, is it?
Yeah, well, just to get out and yes,
And-
that's
and
the
do it.
intent to see
Right.
what we can do and up the coast there. Just to
Right.
say coastal is about my limit now. I mean,
Yes.
in the past we've done a lot of hill.
Yeah,
walking and
yeah,
things like that.
Yeah, well, that's very good. I calculated actually yesterday that it'd take me 30 walking days to get to John O'Groats. So what I've decided to do is walk 2 days, have a day off, walk 2 days, have a day off,
Yeah.
walk like that. So it'll be 45 days in actual fact, which will get me there by September the 20th, which is just about the right time to get out of there, I think,
Yes.
and go and have a winter rest and tackle the west coast next spring. That's my
Yeah,
plan.
I mean, I think the West Coast will be really something to look forward to. You know,
Yes.
it's tremendous
Well,
scenery there.
I mean, I've driven past, the full length of it, kind of thing, in the past, but I've never walked it. But anyway, very nice to meet you guys. Lovely to see you. Thank you very much. It's just after 4 o'clock now, and I've still got maybe another 20 minutes, half an hour, and I'll be in Anstruther, and I'm going to have some nice fish and chips when I get there. I'm not rushing for a couple of reasons really. One is there isn't any need to rush. As far as editing this film is concerned tonight, it doesn't need to be done tonight because by everybody who knows anything about the weather around here are predicting that there's going to be 2 days of rain starting tomorrow, and so I won't be going anywhere. All I need to do is try and find somewhere with a decent internet signal, and I'll be busy uploading this film. So obviously, because I'm going to be off for a couple of days, it's the only film you're going to see for the next couple of days. So please be patient. I can't do anything about the weather, and so it's the idea of walking to St Andrews tomorrow is going to have to wait probably until Sunday, and that's a shame really, because I was in the mood for a walk, but never mind. So this is probably the last message I'm going to send to you, and I'll see you later.